Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Fix. He's Drew Martin. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the live Q&A that we do every Thursday at 12:30 Eastern time. It's always a nice time in the week to do a Q&A here, Drew Martin, because we got the weekend coming up, which I always feel like we have a good chance. We've had a chance to get prepared for the upcoming weekend events. We also have a full week of events to look back on. And it's an interesting time in the sports betting season, Drew Martin. We've got the second half of MLB starting. Of course, CFL and WNBA are solidly underway, and I'm assuming everyone is starting in to varying levels and degrees with their football research. Right?
Absolutely, man.
Where are you in your football research?
I always feel like I'm behind, but college football, definitely doing the surface research right now. Getting into it as much as possible, and also trying to learn CFL a lot more. I think in years to come that's going to be a beatable market, and that's something I'm going to concentrate on.
Yes, I am doing pretty well in CFL. My big play last week was Toronto, which cashed. My big play this week, which a lot of people, I don't know.
I was on that.
And a lot of my big
Cameron was on that.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, I don't know. Do you know who he's on this week? Because my big play this week is Montreal plus 5.5 at home, and Calgary is definitely an impressive team, which is why they're a big road favorite, right?
Yeah.
You're never going to get a big home underdog against a team that's not impressive. But I'm on Montreal. That's my big play this week, plus 5.5. It's now down to 5, so I beat that move a little bit, and I'm on Montreal plus 5.5 is my play of the week for CFL. Well, hopefully it cashes.
Yeah, he's on. I think he's on BC over 50, and he's on the Montreal plus 5.5.
He is.
Yeah.
Nice. There you go.
Plus 3 also.
Yeah.
Was that Ian?
I didn't know. Not yet.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you're on the right side.
Very nice. Really, Ian Cameron's on Montreal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus 5.5.
Nice. Yes, I am on. I'll share with my. I feel like I have a pretty good. CFL is a very, very quirky sport in general for a lot of reasons. First of all, they have a requirement that they have to have a certain amount of Canadian players, right?
Yeah. Okay. Do you know the rule behind that? Yeah.
Yeah, they have to have which is kind of like imagine if there was like a bunch of imagine there was a roster of handicappers, right? And you knew that a certain amount of them had to be named Drew, and so there was Billy Walters, some other guy, and then you, or if the one of them had to be named Peter,
it would make me more of a premium. I'd be more in demand.
I mean, it's kind of insulting, those Canadian players. There's got to be a divide between the non-Canadian players and the Canadian players in the locker room.
Yeah,
right?
I bet. Yeah,
it's so embarrassing, right?
I do know how many have to be on a team.
Because traditionally, as Canadians, the football powerhouse, they don't have the college teams.
Well, there's just a small. The problem is just that the population is smaller. So by definition, you're going to have, you have a much smaller. There have been some Canadian.
50-50, is it? They maybe need 4 out of 20.
Yeah, no, I forgot what the actual number is, but it's a healthy number, and so they have to have so they usually can. There are definitely some talented Canadian players who make the roster, who start and who are awesome. Like Cornish was one of those guys. But it's just a funny. There's many quirks. That's just the first one. No, he wasn't an NBA player, an NFL player, but his name was Cornish. He was running back.
It's like those shortest folks in the world, Canadian football stars.
But yeah, and that's just the first quirk that comes to mind. There's many. Obviously, the fact there's only 3 downs is a huge quirk. Obviously, the fact that the field is wider is a major quirk. That's a very important one, because what it means is that there's a premium on lateral movement as opposed to up and down movement in the NFL. And there's a lot of really, really great college players who just were great at lateral movement and just didn't quite fit in with the NFL, but then they go to the CFL where their lateral movement is much more valuable and they're stars. And and they're not necessarily less skilled than the NFL players. Just the NFL is kind of a cruder game. It's much more predicated on an up and down game, on battles in the trenches, whereas athleticism is more of a premium in the CFL.
I agree.
And so obviously the scoring is obviously different with the 1-point plays.
Weird kicking stuff too. You can catch a ball in the end zone and kick it back out.
Yeah, so it's a very quirky. It's a very quirky league. Obviously, the fact there are fewer teams is another quirk. So, but I like the CFL, and I feel like every week there's What?
One of our Toronto viewers is saying you got to be quick in the CFL.
Yeah, and it's an exciting sport to watch.
It's a much
bigger field.
Much better than the NFL.
And you can put multiple people in motion, which helps the offense. I got the rule here. CFL roster sizes are 46 players rather than 53 in the NFL. Though only 45 will dress for a game, so 45 players a game. A CFL team may dress up to 44 players, compromising 21 non-imports. So essentially Canadians. I know.
Yeah.
So half the team. More or less.
Yeah. It's a big number, you know. So
that's from Google. So I don't know if
that's. These guys get like naturalized Canadians so they can join up.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I wonder if that happens.
There might be people who try to use that angle.
Some of the weird, like Ben Gordon or Kobe Bryant technically played for the Italian national team. Stuff like that.
Right.
I wonder how much of that goes on.
Yeah, so I feel like every week there's usually a player or two that I'm liking based on the spot, and this week it's Montreal, and I also bet a couple totals that one of them moved majorly against me. I took the under in the Toronto-Winnipeg game, and I also took the under in the Ottawa game. Both those were much smaller plays. My play of the week is definitely Montreal, and I think probably one of those unders cashes, so I'll probably go like 2-1. With my main play hit. And then also Drew Martin, I'm liking the under in the WNBA game tonight, Connecticut and LA. The WNBA is also a quirky league. Connecticut's on a back-to-back, which is very rare in WNBA, but it does happen once in a while, and Connecticut is in that spot right now, and I'm liking the under in that game tonight.
All right.
So there's a pick
I know absolutely nothing about the WNBA. Sounds wonderful.
Yesterday I nailed WNBA bunch of picks, nailed San Antonio and the under in the early game, and then nailed the over in the late game. So I'm doing pretty well in WNBA, and I do like the under tonight. I do like the under.
Cool.
It's because of the spot. The reason the total is so high is because both teams are very high scoring, but LA is coming off of first of all, LA trends under at home. They're also coming off of 2 straight losses. They're one of the top teams, LA, and so whenever you have a top team coming off of 2 losses, they're definitely not happy with themselves. Probably going to clamp down on defense and make sure they don't give up a bunch of points. And Connecticut again on a road back-to-back, which is very rare in WNBA. So I expect them to have their shot maybe be a little bit off, and it's a high total. So I'm leaning under, or not leaning. I bet it. I bet the under 167 in Connecticut and LA tonight. And that's it. That's about it for today.
Are you betting anything, Matty Ice?
Today, no. Nope.
Okay. We also got Cynthia in the house.
Because you're broke, or you're just not betting?
I don't bet on WNBA or CFL.
Yeah?
I got nothing else to look
at. Oh, so now you're a snob? A betting snob? Is that what you're saying?
BettingSnob.com. It's my new website. You can come by and look at all the picks I'm not making every day.
Every day.
That'd be no picks today.
That's hot.
All right. Do we have any questions from anyone?
Yeah, actually, we got one on. Does anybody even think that Conor McGregor has a chance? No, I know you do.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I think that I feel like. Well, I mean, I'm looking at that. I mean, look, with stuff like that, you know how I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about like what is going to make the most money for all the players involved, and that result is the most likely result, in my opinion. That's what I'm handicapping it. Now, if McGregor wins, that's what I'm saying. If McGregor does win, pull off an upset, then immediately Mayweather can demand a rematch, and of course McGregor will give it to him.
Is there a contractual rematch clause?
No, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, Mayweather will almost definitely demand it immediately. McGregor will give it to him, and then they have Mayweather win the second fight, and now you got a rubber match lined up, and now you got a third fight. And each of those fights, Mayweather's making $500 million.
Yeah, but I will tell you, the showmanship from McGregor's side of things, I am on Camp McGregor 100%.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, yet the press release that
just yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago. It was awesome. He had the mic going.
It was so awesome. When he was just like, look, you got a book bag, you can't even read it.
I know. That was hilarious. Yeah. It's like, look what you're wearing, man. He is a well-dressed dude.
It was a pinstripe suit that said "fuck you."
Yeah.
But you couldn't see it unless you were right there.
Yeah. And the other one, he had like a blue suit. Did you see that?
He's a good dresser.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's put together. But it's showmanship. This is all a whole bunch of fluff and everything else. However this fight's gonna end up,
Yeah.
And and it depends because they have to light some fire into something. These sports are just not getting the traction that they used.
Right. I mean, boxing's going away, kind of. But I'm also thinking if Mayweather wins, then it could possibly be a rematch in the UFC octagon, and then obviously Conor McGregor would kick the shit out of him. No, he would never. No.
That's what I'm saying. If Mayweather wins, there probably won't be a rematch because it's just. I mean, they could still make it, but it's like if the obvious. Just from the public's perspective, just looking at it from a bird's eye view, what outcome demands a rematch, and that would be a McGregor win.
I don't know. I would lay a lot of money on a rematch within 2 years, 3 years of this fight, no matter what happens.
No matter what happens.
If Floyd dances around,
Mayweather around, no. I don't see it. I don't even understand why Mayweather's fighting in this fight to begin with. He doesn't need the money.
Why Mayweather's fighting?
Totally fucking up his legacy.
What do you mean he doesn't need the money? He owes the IRS like $500 million or something, or not?
22 million.
Is that all it is?
Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
I'm sure he has 22 million.
He doesn't. Yeah, exactly. He wants as much money.
Just because he wants it doesn't mean he needs it. There's a difference.
Right. But I'm just saying that Cal 707 Bear says no rematch. Period.
His bank account statements. He doesn't realize how much money he actually has. Or numbers and letters that.
Yeah. I mean, look. All I'm saying is there's obviously one way or another, people aren't going to let that kind of money get left on the table. And there's so much money for a rematch if the first fight goes a certain way. Obviously, you can't have people watching the fight and having it be obviously fixed. Otherwise,
there's no way that Mayweather will let his legacy be tarnished for
no
reason. Absolutely not.
And I don't think it's legacy. I honestly think I'm not a Mayweather fan, but I don't think he gives a shit about it. I think he gives a shit about his ego. His ego of being taken down with someone that is clearly more physical than him, because you see how Mayweather fights.
He's a bigger man.
He's strategic. This guy has made fun of boxing because he did not make it to the Olympic team. So he said, I'm going to figure out how to box, being technical, I'm going to win my fights the way it is. I mean, I think it's called Donald Trump.
But if let's say there's like a quote unquote controversial decision and the judges give it to McGregor, but the public generally thinks that Mayweather got robbed and outpointed. Does that hurt his legacy? No, it doesn't. Does it set up for a huge rematch? Yes, it does. Does it hurt his legacy?
I don't think either one of those are true. I think it definitely hurts his legacy. I don't think it's a rematch.
If people,
then he's lost, and now you get a rematch when he's 42, probably. I guess.
Right.
It's not wait that long. It's not like UFC, but I don't know. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I think this is an overinflated expo. It's like Creed versus whatever.
So it's just a one-off thing, and it'll never.
I think this is the last ditch to save boxing for some people to make some money. For Conor to get paid, really, because UFC doesn't pay a dick.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things. I don't know. There's a lot of driving forces, but future money I don't see as one.
Yeah, and he does pride himself on being undefeated, but I'm just saying, if he gets, in his mind, he would still be undefeated if the judges gave it to McGregor, but he felt he won.
White Guy Video Games agrees with you, Matt. He says legacy is screwed.
No, of course, I'm just saying that.
I'm surprised he even accepted this fight. It all takes a punch, man. That's all. I mean,
right.
I don't think it'll happen, but it's all it ever takes.
You're surprised he accepted the fight for I read that he's going to make $500 million on this fight. I'm not surprised he accepted that.
Yeah, Zach just put in like it's a boring fight. Mayweather wins. I agree with that. If he just dances around and punches him more times and gets the decision win, it's going to be pretty terrible for boxing.
I think McGregor has enough in the tank where he won't care, because he's not going to try to win by points, right? There's no way in hell McGregor wins by points. No. So if he starts dancing, if Mayweather starts dancing around, McGregor's just going to go after him. He's not going to be able to get away from him that long. Conor's fast and he's big, and he knows how to square up a guy. He knows how to move in a boxing ring.
But he's not fast compared to Mayweather.
I don't know. I don't see that being an option, because when Mayweather usually does that to guys. They're trying to score. They're not trying. They're trying to win. They're trying to win a boxing match. I think McGregor has different. Not that he's not going to try to win, but he's going to have a very different way of looking at things if Mayweather starts dancing around.
You think he might just bell rings, come after him, so it's ending within 3 rounds? Yeah. Either way.
No, I don't know if Mayweather can knock out McGregor.
No, I meant McGregor coming at him that way.
He'll try. I don't know if he'll be able to hit him.
Mayweather is expected to make at least $100 million, but his take could balloon to 4 times that much if the event hits all of its monetary metrics. So that means that that Mayweather may stand to make close to $500 million on this fight. I think that he'll do whatever he wants to, whatever it takes to get a rematch if he's guaranteed even more of that in a rematch. That's my take on it. Maybe I'm wrong, but
it's going to be interesting. Anyway,
yeah.
Hopefully it's a good fight.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not the Pacquiao too, or the last 20 Mayweather fights we've had to sit through. Or
what's the date of it?
What's
the date of it again?
24th, is it?
So that's not long.
It's really not that long.
Yeah, end of August. Guys, these are two marketing machines. This is exactly what they want. People talking about this, and there's nothing to talk about. You're talking about zebra versus a lion, it's just, it's just going to be like, all right, what's going to happen there, and why do you even want to see it? Unless you get on Team McGregor or you get on Team Mayweather. That's it. This is a phenomenal marketing machine. They're geniuses. They're going to make millions of dollars.
They really are.
He's going to be able to pay his taxes. And then what? It's like, go out winning what?
I think you get it, yeah.
Dude, it's not that he's hurting for money, but it's all relative, right?
Yeah.
You still have to pay $22 million and write the check $22 million to the government for letting you stand in that, in that country, which is fine. It's what you have to do as a good American, but still $22 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. So.
What do you think the betting handle will be on this?
Ah, shoot.
I'm sure it'll be huge.
Yeah,
I mean,
huge. I think it'll surpass Pacquiao for sure.
And there's and with events like that, there's always big live betting for as well. Like a lot of people.
Would be interesting. J2K, obviously, I don't follow boxing close enough to know if this is even something people would bet on. But how many warnings does McGregor get during the fight after he gets frustrated and probably tries to headbutt him or kick him or something?
Interesting, yeah. How it's refereed will be a big. Well, it could be an issue.
Yeah. I'm excited to see it. I just hope it's not going to suck.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I think if Mayweather dances around and it's a boring fight.
But I think boxing kind of sucks in general. So I mean, I've never enjoyed watching boxing.
This is really funny in the chat. Lou. I want Pete to say his name.
Lou Skunt.
Thank you. His comment was a lot of opinions from someone hiding behind the camera. Lou, a lot of opinions hiding behind your freaking avatar.
What, me?
Get your mug up there, man.
I'll sit over there and give my
I've already done my part.
Is Lou Skunt coming to the IFBC?
Nah, dude. He knows he can't. He knows he can't. He can't deal with the realness.
Lou Skunt, where do you live, man?
Huh? That's great.
We have a peanut gallery comment.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just jumping on the Mayweather and McGregor discussion.
Get on in.
That's what the show's for today.
It's going to be a boring fight. Let's face it. I mean, we saw McGregor already moved up, trying to get two division belts at the same time. First time he fought Diaz, he lost, tapped out,
he did,
choke, and he still turned that into a win. It was not a loss because I moved up, I got cocky, tried to do something that no one else has done. He sold it as, I tried to do something no one else has done. You should applaud me. Got a rematch, claim that as well eventually. No matter what, win or lose, McGregor wins in this fight in the PR battle.
Oh yeah, already.
Floyd's going to win the fight. He's going to win it probably by a decision because McGregor doesn't want to go out he doesn't want to get KO'd in his first boxing event. He's going to play it safe. Floyd's going to take the approach to try to wear him down early, get him tired, which might work against McGregor because McGregor doesn't go 12 rounds with heavy gloves on. He can train, but everybody that's seen him train is saying he is not an apt boxer. If he comes out aggressive, can Floyd KO him? Don't think he can. I think McGregor does have that advantage. So I think I put in the chat a second ago, McGregor to win 2.5 rounds over under. That's probably the one line that would make me scratch my head. Really, I think I can see him winning a few early because Floyd doesn't come out attacking. But yeah, we said speed from McGregor's side. Floyd's one of the fastest guys when it comes to fighting defense. And how is McGregor going to deal with that with heavier hands and with heavier gloves on? He's got a little bit more to carry. He doesn't want to wear himself out because that's what Floyd tries to do. Anyone that's watched Floyd fight knows he is a guy that's going to start coming at you late in the fight. So I can see maybe 1 or 2 rounds in the first 4 or 5. In the first 4 or 5, and that's simply from being the aggressor. But being the aggressor didn't do much for Canelo, didn't do much for Pacquiao. Also adds to the fact that they didn't land anything. But stepping forward doesn't always get you the points. in boxing. And McGregor and Mayweather will sit back, he's fast enough, and he looks for those shots. Also the question, how's Conor going to feel defending himself with larger looks? How's his vision change? You know, he's not able, he doesn't get the same scope. All these small details, I don't know. I think 2.5 over and under is going to be one that, yeah, I think it's going to.
That's the right line.
I think it's ambitious. I'm surprised at that line set out. It's like 1.5. I mean, there are guys thinking that he might not even land that many strikes. Oh, significant strikes in the whole fight.
People have.
I mean, you look at some guys who journeyman, like a Pacquiao, injuries aside. I guess he did some early rounds in that fight. I wasn't aware, but I remember looking at the significant strikes and it was laughable.
Yeah, no, I'm going way back in the day with Holyfield Tyson. Remember how Holyfield would just go lean on him because he was like the bigger man? I could see Conor McGregor doing that kind of stuff. Right.
Heavyweight stuff. I've never seen Conor McGregor too tired. You know.
Well, Floyd's also got the ability in boxing. You know, you saw with Pacquiao fight. Every time Pacquiao closed in on what if Floyd did, he hugged the guy, and then they separated. So it also a lot depends on the officiating in that sense.
That's what I mean, yeah.
The fight got separated a lot more than it probably should have. And yeah, Floyd just goes to the clinch whenever somebody gets closer than he wants. And his dodging abilities kind of force you to get in close. And then, I don't know. So yeah, the ref is going to have a lot to do with that. Do you think Conor's going to lose his cool?
Probably, yeah.
I heard things in the contract, like if he kicks the guy or something, he loses like almost all of his money goes to Floyd or something. I don't know all the small details. But, you know, a guy that's been training this long as a fighter, you know, the instincts kick in. What happens if you get hit in the chin? You know, you take a heavy shot, you go to instinct and suddenly just kick the guy because that's your gesture. I don't know
for the double-edged underhook. I mean, it's possible. Who knows? That's interesting. It goes to the tank top at some point.
These guys do get phased. Like, if Mayweather catches them, what happens?
Yeah, if you get staged, that's your instinct. Oh, well, you see legs drop, bam.
Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious. Wait, I think it was Mike Tyson that said everybody has a plan until you get hit in the mouth, right?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's written in the contract. Conor does anything like takes to the ground.
I would like to take a look at some of those contract things because I want to know what the monetary rules are too.
Yeah, and you know, we need some entertainment. I mean, Tyson, you know, his plan went to fight him the year, right?
That was the Holyfield when he was doing.
I mean, you know, so you know, you can't tell me that was like, all right, well, if this happens, go for the year.
Plus, Holyfield was headbutting him too, so.
Yeah.
We've seen Floyd kind of turn into that. What? Remember his famous step on the foot fight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so Floyd's not always been the cleanest. The last time Floyd really had a challenge was in that fight. He started, you know, stomping on the other guy's feet and kind of hindering his approach, and then the refs didn't really intervene in that either. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to pay to see the fight. I'm going to pay to see it with you guys because I'm not shelling out $99 on my own. So hopefully,
it would be at a bar, right? Here, all the UFC fights are on.
That might be a private.
But yeah, that's probably when I think we want to get together here
and
check out. So
watch upstairs. Well, so we need to figure that out.
Definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoy it.
It'll be the first fight I paid for since De La Hoya Mayweather.
Pete, you enjoy it?
Do you think that De La Hoya was wearing panties during that fight?
I don't know. He wasn't drunk though.
Yeah.
That was a pretty rough fight though. I felt bad watching that fight. De La Hoya got beat up pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's all right. It happens. You know, what goes up must come down.
It was a long time ago.
Including panties.
Including panties.
I think that's a good place to end. I know we got a busy day. I got to get you guys out of here today, so.
Okay.
Yeah, Lou Scott has a quick question. Pete, do you think Alabama will continue their dynasty? They're already looking pretty scary. Well,
how long have you been sitting there waiting to answer that question?
Oh no, that question just came up. I have not done my in-depth SEC research yet, but my assumption would be yes, right? Have you looked at Alabama yet in depth?
Not in depth, but I'm not looking to bet against them.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting USC to have a big year. That's for sure. They might even be better than I'm expecting them actually be better than they were last year in the second part of the year. So yeah, I'm definitely up on high on USC. Looking for maybe overs from Colorado. Looking to maybe fade Utah in the early going. Utah,
the Utes?
Yes. In the early going, not in the late going. Well, they have they took a lot of losses in the secondary, which is not an easy thing to recover from at times for offense. They're going to be trying to pass more at the same time that they lost a bunch of receivers, and they have a quarterback who might be a little bit questionable. So I just feel like things might. I mean, Utah in general is a team that overachieves, right? And so, and Whittingham is a coach who gets the most out of his players.
Is it overachieve or is it well coached?
No, I think it's a combination of both. I think that they're well coached, but that there's also a lower floor that they can fall through than other teams. Like for instance, so I won't get into this part of it, but again, yes, it's a little bit of a step out opinion, and it's only for the first, let's say, third of the season that I'm feeling that way. But I'm looking to maybe fade Utah in the early going.
Okay,
maybe we'll see.
Right. We got to mention IFBC though, Pete.
Yeah. Oh, do we?
I mean, I think we do. Yeah. Man.
Okay.
It's coming up.
IFBC. What's your topic going to be when you give your speech at IFBC?
Definitely college football based.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of I mainly concentrate on, and also a little bit of money management. So trying to wiggle that all in.
Okay, sounds good.
What about you?
I don't know. I think I'm just going to be on the panel talking about the week 1 lines is what I saw. But I'll be ready to talk about. I'll be happy to talk about anything that's in my brain, which at that point will be about half of college football in depth, and of course baseball, and of course 10 years of where and my YouTube videos and all my years in the industry. And I've been doing this for like 15 years. 15 years, yeah. 15.
You don't look that old.
No, I've been doing this for 15 years full time, and then a bunch of years before that, I was doing it like just partially. But yeah, a lot of people asking about Toronto tonight. A lot of people ask about Toronto tonight. I am definitely liking that. Not quite as much as I liked them last week, but definitely once again, in general, I like Toronto on the road. And I'm liking them getting 4 points. I did bet that one. It was moved up to 4, which is a little bit.
Moved up to 4, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a weird movement there. So yes, I'm liking them. Not as much as last week. Not nearly as much as last week. This week, my pick is Montreal.
We got Jim Beam saying Mark Lawrence, best football handicapper ever. He'll be at IFBC.
Yes.
So you can rub elbows with him.
That's true. Guys, and if you want to go to the IFBC, we are giving away another flight, right?
Yep.
And ticket today or this week, whenever. So get at me at SBR Sports Picks on Twitter. Send me a video and let me know why I should give it to you.
Loose kind of asking, will we still have the live interactive shows during football? Of course, right? I mean, of course.
These shows?
Yeah, because like this is last year we used to just do like tape stuff and everything.
We're definitely trying to move more towards this kind of interactive stuff, because why wouldn't we? We get to talk to you guys. Even you, Lou.
So that's basically it. Just people asking about the Argos tonight, and I guess that's
you're on the Argos, right?
Yeah, not small though.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. I bet when the line came out, I bet the Argos, and then I also bet the under. I got 52.5. The line is now 55. So that's a loss right there, right? We'll see. Yeah, that's right. We shall see. We shall see. White Guy Video Games, any week 1 NCAA leans so far, Pete? No, not yet. I have not even looked at the week 1 lines. I know a lot of people do that. And definitely, if you bet some of those early college football lines and NFL too, but more college football, you can beat the closer for sure, and even the opening line of the day of game by a mile. I mean, some of those lines, like I remember you can get like easily beat a line by like 10 or 15 points.
Yeah.
Especially with like when Washington State or even Washington, when they made that change, some of the early lines that were available like a month or two before football season were like 10 points different from what they're closing that line.
Even week 2 is a big mover.
So
I'm going to talk about this at IFBC. I mean, people are asking about this now. If they really want to get into it, that's what we're doing this for.
Yeah, that's what IFBC is for.
Yeah, that's what IFBC is for, guys. I mean, we're going to pay for your ass to get down here so we can give you the answers and you can make money. So where do you lose, in this proposition? Nowhere.
Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You lose if you don't get on the freaking plane and come to Costa Rica in 3 weeks. That's it. That's I'm off myself.
Or bus. I mean.
Yeah. So right.
So hit up SBR Picks on Twitter.
SBR Sports.
Yeah. So what I was just saying was that like I don't personally bet those early college football lines, although I think they're a very if someone wanted to do that and put in the time to find the edges, that's a very, very smart thing to do. And I think I just don't, just the way the football season. I mean the overall year goes, I just don't wind up having the time to. One thing that I do, I bet a lot, but all of my bets I make, I don't bet frivolously. I always have to have a reason for betting what I bet on. So yeah.
When was the last time you bet frivolously? Like seriously?
I don't know.
Bet it
every.
Last one where you were just like, woo,
I will.
Indians minus 300.
Yeah, no, I didn't bet that one. I didn't bet that. I just booked it. Oh no, I picked it in the contest, but that was like as a joke or whatever. But I didn't bet that one at all. In fact, I cashed on that game because I bet the other team's team total under on the first 5. No, I mean, there's different degrees of frivolity though. Like definitely during college basketball, there's a lot of the bets that I make are I would like to and could do a lot more research on them. So there's different degrees of frivolity, but a totally frivolous bet, hasn't been. It's just like those early college football lines. You really have to do your deep college football research before it becomes apparent what line is probably way off. You know what I mean? So I just don't have that.
That's a great question over there. It says, I hear the word sharps a lot on SBR videos. What are they? We don't use that term in the UK.
Oh, those are just people who have technically the official term is just people who have a legitimate expectation of positive EV going forward. In reality, what that means is there are a few a handful of known outfits at all the sports books, and those are the guys who bet big, have a long-term expectation of success, and their bets are taken very seriously. So the sharp is just basically a guy who makes money long-term. You can even be a sharp even if your bankroll is $500 and you're betting $5 a game. You have positive expectation that you would be considered a sharp. So yeah.
Thank you for that.
And Lou's kind of asking, are you going to pick any beauty pageants this year?
Yeah, I get in trouble with some of those beauty pageants. It's 2017. You got to be real careful with the jokes you make. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, Drew Martin.
2 of our highest viewed videos on
I'm telling you, man, you got to be real careful though, because Drew Martin, I know you don't make a lot of jokes, but you do make some jokes, and just trust me, you can end your career like that with one joke, with one bad joke, right?
Yeah.
Give us an example, Pete.
That was a good one. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Oh, but it's 2017. You got to be real fucking careful. Like for example, a Kansas State. No, I'm telling you a joke that I will not be making. A Kansas State offensive lineman recently came out as gay. I don't know if you saw this, but it's certainly reasonable. And I have not made one joke about that, and I will not be making one joke about that, either online, in videos, or whatever.
What about if you weren't in front of a camera?
Oh, if there was no cameras? Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, like and not online? Yeah, totally, of course. Yeah.
For USC.
Yeah, no, it's not the Kansas State part about that is pregnant with comedic
or
value.
Ball State, maybe.
No, but no, I'm not. He's not going to tempt me. No.
He wanted me to tell you we had to be done at a certain time.
I have too much riding on my career. I'm not. There's no way in hell I'm taking any of this bait.
That Ball State football team,
yeah. He's on top of all the Ball State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, I think it's fine if an offensive lineman comes out as gay, right?
I mean, if he was a kid, then he would start.
Yeah, who cares? No, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
I'd rather him come out than not come out.
I actually don't even really know what gay means. Really, I mean, I think it's fine.
It means happy.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. I don't even know. So okay. So I guess that's about it. Let's wrap it up, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll be back next week at 12:30 Eastern time.